What's up everyone? Welcome back to Ghostwatchers tutorial. This is a Crypt Keeper and today I'm going to run you through the basics of surviving insane levels on one of the most... I'm not going to say much, I'm just going to say the best ghost hunting game I think out there at the moment. Unlike all the others, they're not using old technology like VHS tapes as props or anything like that. They're actually using high-tech equipment, and to me it feels a little bit more modulated for today. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that. What we're going to do is get straight into the game. So first things first, one thing we've got to learn about Insane is that the ghost forces you to drop everything in your hands when it hunts. So if you've got a protective item and you can't pick it up in time, there's nowhere to run and it is going to kill you. It's that simple. So you can't hide in this game. There's no hiding like you can in Phasmophobia or any of the other ghost games. But I'm going to run you through how to survive. If I die, then, well, not me, but I'm here to show you how I survive. So let's get into it. Let's hope I don't die. Wow. Okay, so first things first, in an insane level, the EMF reader, the thermometer and the notepad will not work. As you can see, it's already got a dot on it. The Ouija board, voodoo doll, radio will work. And as you can see, I'm not using my drone for this. So this is just for people that are just starting out in the game. So I have no drone, which means I've got no lights. I've got no ultraviolets or anything. I've got to rely on this. I'm not running high rank, so we are going to be dealing with little ghosts at this point. So what we need to do is get in there straight away and find out what's what. Oh, the voodoo doll's gone. It's been thrown around. You can certainly hear that. So first things first, we go voodoo doll, throws a doll. That's our ghost mood. It's a haunting. So it's going to be a very pissed off little ghost. We have... Ouija board is moving side to side. Wow. And can you talk? Holy shit, the ghost is right there. We got high temperatures. Wow. You can see the colour around my screen change. That tells us it's very, very hot temperatures. What we need to do is just check this. I missed it. We'll check around the house for footprints. Fortunately, this game doesn't have fingerprints, but that is okay. We have footprints instead. At the moment, I'm playing with no modifiers. That is okay. We'll show you that as it comes along. Alright, so there's no footprints in the game. We can mark that off. And you can see the ghost is very, very upset. It looks like it's a demon. So to confirm that, we need to find the children's cubes and the particle counter. So if it is a demon, we need to get the appropriate attire for it. So what we're going to need, this here, the plasma absorber, protects and irritates, is probably by far the best weapon of defense. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to drop down the ultraviolet. We don't need that. We're going to take this in. And that's it. Alright. So we'll get the ghost to come to us. If it attacks me, then it'll force us to drop all the items, but I should be safe with the plasma absorber. If what I think this ghost is correct. Oh, here it is. Oh, no! It's not a demon! It's a mimic! No! Run! Wow, I got that wrong. Hello. $100 to $500 confirmed. Wow! What the hell? That is definitely not a demon. It's either a Babadook or a Wendigo. Okay. Wow. I'm lucky I saw that or else I would have died. So what we're looking at for Babadook is a Withering Light as protection. A Wendigo. Withering Light. Okay, so this would have been useless to us. This is what we need. Okay. Wow. That was intense. So the footprint wasn't where it normally is supposed to be. So what we've got to do is find the rest of the items. I'm waiting for the TV to come on. I should be able to get the electrical appliances from that. Always listen for the ghost. Because even though it's in its shades form at the moment, it can still kill you. We have to materialise it so we can actually see it in the flesh. That part comes once we've identified everything. The radios and that are not going off at all. If it mimics me, I'll have a chance to find a little bit more data. Before it actually hunts. What I would like to do is check upstairs and get the children's cubes, but not yet. I need the TV or something to go off so I can get more data. You see ghost orbs from time to time flying around the room, but that doesn't mean anything in this game. It's not part of the evidence. I'm going to have to go up. What I'll do, let me reset it. Alright, let's head back in. It'll probably attack me once I get up the stairs. Yep, here it comes. Damn it. You can see it actually looks like me. There is one way to find out for sure. I can let it attack me. I think that's the best way to find out. No, because it will still show itself as a shade because we haven't materialized it yet. Alright. That sounds to me... That sounded like a Wendigo for sure, but I still can't be 100%. But you can see this actually saved my life. It forced me to drop all the items, disactivated, and as you can see now it's got a cooldown period. We've got to wait for that to fully charge. Oh, TV's on. No, it went off. Damn it. Radio's... That's one upset radio. I'm going to strive more for a Wendigo than I am a Babadook. But I need to find the children's cubes. That's what's going to confirm it. And we've got to wait until this recharges. Hopefully the ghost won't attack us again straight away. Now remember, unlike Phasmophobia in this game, if the ghost is hunting you, you're not safe even outside. The ghost will come outside after you if it's chasing you. So always keep that in mind. It's always better to have that as a backup plan. Now what I need is a ghost to mimic. Oh, hang on. That sounds... Uh-oh. See what I mean? He's going to kill me now. There's no protecting me. And just like that. As you can see, it's very, very hard. But he took advantage of it. That's okay. You cannot run. You cannot hide. It's a never-ending cycle of hell. So that's why you should always keep these fully charged and on you at all times. I was actually trying a different tactic than what I normally do, which got me killed, unfortunately. But with these, you can actually come back to life. I don't recommend it because normally the ghost attacks you almost straight away. However, this might give me the bit of evidence I need. I can look at the children's cubes. They should interact with me while I'm a ghost. Just got to wait for them. If you capture 5 of those wisps that are flying around, you can bring yourself back to life. There we go. So we got, it's an X across. So it's a Wendigo. I was right. And these little buggers are very, very hard to catch. Got one. You don't want to capture it while upstairs because a ghost will normally attack you almost again straight away. You've got to be somewhere down near the bottom floor when you get your last one. Let's move my torch. Come back here. Oh, you little bugger. These things are horrible. Come on. I gotcha. What? What? These things are impossible a lot of the time. Got it. And unfortunately, he's blocked the path, so I can't move downstairs. The ghost is extremely pissed off because it knows it can't do anything to me at the moment. I'm dead. All right. We can hear him upstairs. We've got one more to get. There we go. We're back to life. We know what our ghost is. I'm not sure where my withering light went, so we will buy another. Unfortunately, when you're a new player in the game, you're not going to be able to just buy a withering light because you're going to start off with $0. So all you can rely on are the 2 that are going to be here, which is going to be a lot harder to do. But now we know what we're dealing with. Let's weaken our ghost and let's see what we can do with him. Salt, incense, open 5 water taps. So we get the salt. We've got 3 different salts. We've got normal salt, holy salt, and of course fire salt. This ghost only requires salt and an incense stick. Okay. Now, the good thing about the Wendigo, Babadook, Krampus, and the Ghoul are they will come outside as you. So whilst you're outside, you don't drop anything. The ghost is forced literally to come to you. What we're going to do, we're just going to light up the area a bit. Unfortunately, like I said, you're not going to have these. But I'm going to put them on just for stream's sake. I'll just throw that down. It's just to light up the area so that we can see our friend coming. Okay. Always keep this as a backup in the van. Okay, now we just got to wait. So it's going to ask us to open 5 water taps and then hit him with a flask of Vesuvius ashes. Then holy fire, and then we've got to close all the water taps. Now this ghost likes turning all the water taps on, so this is going to be a challenge. But I'm going to show you how to deal with the mimics outside. There's 4 mimic ghosts. Like I said, you've got Babadook, Krampus, the Ghoul, and the Wendigo. all of them, if you're playing a 4-player game and you're all using the same character, the ghost is going to have to mimic as one of those characters, and it's very, very hard to know which one it is, especially if it doesn't have a drone on the side of its shoulder. So here it comes. Dude. Hi there. Okay, so now we've done the salt, the incense, we've got to open 5 water taps. So the smart cookie idea to do is to hold this. And we're going to need some more protection. So we'll take a golden bomb with us. Just to give us that little bit of extra protection. Alright, let's head back inside. So we have to open 5 water taps. So that one's already running. We'll check the bathroom down here. You can hear the ghost trotting around up there. Alright. Beautiful. Whilst I'm up here, I'll just double check to make sure there's no taps running up here.
Hey, Dad, can you do the long, please?
So, like that. Right, we'll turn off this water tap in here. Because we have to turn them all off. And it's blocking my way. And the ghost is blowing out light bulbs for whatever reason. Okay. So now we've got all the lights off. We can move on with our second plan. So now we've got to hit him with the flask. So we've got to pick this up. We're going to chuck this here just as a backup. Got to hit him with the flask and then holy fire. And we'll just stand here. You don't want to be too close to that or it sets off. Now, like I said, with a normal ghost that's not a mimic, it is a lot harder to actually do this because you don't have to be you have to be inside the house constantly. But with the right protection, you should be fine. I'll run that through with you once we get a particular ghost that acts like that. I mean, I thought for sure that I wasn't going to get a high rank ghost, but that wasn't the case with this one. Wow. Okay. Find that. As you can see, the ghost likes to try to break those rules just that little bit. Now, where did my fire salt go? I think he actually took it. He did. He took my fire salt. So the ghost has taken my item inside. But because this is for tutorial sakes, this is how it's going to be. I'm just going to buy another one. On the next round, we'll do it with no buying anything else. And we'll have to do it properly. So I've got fire salts. We've got to close all the taps on location. This has still got too long to go. I'm just going to rush it through just so to show you what happens at the end. Provided we don't die, obviously. So there's still there's a water tap obviously open somewhere. Damn it. Wasn't expecting it to do that. Really? Oh, well. Okay. So the ghost didn't kill me, but it looks like he took my fire salt again. Oh my god. Oh no, he didn't. Cool. but he took my Withering Light. I am currently injured, but that is okay. So we have to turn off all the water taps. The ghost is skipping a few steps, I think, in this one. He's actually not playing by the rules. Because the water taps were not shut off, he's chasing me. I'm a goner. Oh, well. You can actually see it's... Hello. You're not safe anywhere. Alright. Our little ghost is bending the rules. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to have a bit of fun on this one. It looks like this one is not really still a lost cause yet, but I'm going to have some fun. We know the taps upstairs are not on, so it's got to be the ones down here. There it is. If you're wondering why I'm moving so fast, that's the adrenaline that's running. Alright, so we got Fire Salt. We've got to Fire Salt him and then Withering Light him, and then we're done. So... word of thumb, not to panic. And then once we're done with him, we will capture his ass. But as you can see, it is not impossible to kill the ghost on Insane. Or I shouldn't say kill it, I'm going to say capture it, because that's exactly what we do. We capture, we don't kill it. The ghost is already dead. That's by the time he comes out here, that's going to be fully charged. But this ghost was definitely not playing by the rules. So the ghost can double tap you in insanity level. So always be aware of that. Even if you've got protection on you, it's always better to have secondary backup. And unfortunately, you cannot carry more than one of these items at a time in the game. And if you're a new player that's only got 3 slots available, then it's always crucial to what you can and can't carry in the game. So for this ghost, you can see that the Fire Salt, Withering Light, Holy Fire, and the Flask irritates and protects. The Incense Stick protects you. The Salt protects you, and the Golden Bomb protects you. Everything else will not. So, and using any of these other items on this particular ghost will get you killed. So now what we're going to do, the ghost knows it's in trouble, and it's going to come out here to me in a moment. Once it does that, we're going to have our way with it. Hopefully it doesn't have its way with me. Here it comes. You ready to rock and roll, insect? And just like that. Unfortunately, I only get 200 coins because I did die the first time around. So, that's unlucky. But, that's how it rolls in this game. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on. We are doing single player mode because we do not want other players to come in while we're trying to teach you this. So now what we're going to do is work our way to collection of ectoplasm. For this, I'm going to run it on normal for you guys, just so you can see how the process all works. Now, with the collection of ectoplasm, it requires you to grab 3 blobs of ectoplasm. And whilst you do that, the ghost is going to attack you no matter what you do. So it's always better to have the protection with you. So you can see our secondary objectives here is take a picture of the ghost, capture a ghost on video, measure the EMF of a ghost, and open all water taps. So we'll do all those. They are very 100% doable. But in the meantime, we need to work on identifying our ghost first, and then we can move on to the other tasks at hand. Now, this game does not have a how can I say? It does not have a power box, so you are not restricted to how much lights you can and can't turn on. The game just blows the lights if there's too many on, so it's good in that regard. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go through, find out as much as we can about our ghost before we lose our grace period. In every round, we do have a grace period, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, we've found our ghost. It's in this room. So we got -15 temperatures. EMF was only EMF 3, so we've got a gallows or a child. We've got weak intermittent interference, particle count of 500 to 1,000. Okay, looking good so far. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find the ectoplasm. Now, there are numerous items that you can use to find the ectoplasm. Unfortunately, as a new user, you are not going to get these particle counter. Sorry, not the particle counter. The ectoplasm detector or the ectoplasm developer. These will reveal the locations of the ectoplasm. However, even if you are a noob, there are other ways of finding them. One is by Holy Fire, video camera, and infrared. I should say ultraviolet, my bad. So what we do is go around and look for it. Normally, you can hear it. It makes off a nice little noise like you're in some sort of swimming pool or something like that. Okay, so you can see that we haven't found it yet. It starts off with 2 ectoplasm balls, and then we move. Once a ghost gets scared, it will drop the 3rd ball of ectoplasm. Alright, so, oh, there it is. It's okay, we just found it. So there's our first ectoplasm ball. And what we're going to do is throw this here because we want to get the ghost on camera. Now remember, once you start grabbing this ectoplasm balls, the ghost will attack you. So we need to make sure, because we don't know what the ghost is just yet, we've got either a gallows or a child. So if we have a look, we might be able to determine what to use. So withering light for the gallows. For the child is plasma absorber. So what we're going to do is take both of them. One of them's going to work. And then we'll be able to make that assumption based on which one it is. So we'll put this one out here. And we'll put this one inside here. Alright, here we go. So what you do, just hold your finger. And you can already hear the ghost coming. Alright, that's weird. Okay, so it does actually look like it was the plasma absorber that stopped it. But that's okay. We'll find another one and we'll try again. So just empty the load into the machine here, and you can see the first lock has unlocked. Got 2 more locks to go. So what we're going to do, it says open all taps on location. We can do that now, or we can wait till later. It does not matter. Need to take a photo of the ghost. Can do that. What we're going to do, we want to go in and grab our plasma absorber and our withering light. Because we don't want these staying in the house, because once they recharge, they'll zap the ghost straight away and that wastes it. Alright, we'll drop them there, wait for them to recharge, and then we'll go back inside. For now, what we need to do is check the rest of the evidence. Okay, there we go. We have a human on the notebook. It's a gallows. Okay, beautiful. Got that. Can you talk? We've got crying on the radio. I cannot see the Ouija board, it is too dark, so what we'll do is take in a normal flashlight. Alright, so they're still there. We'll throw that down there. Okay. So footprints are going to be no traces. We'll still have to wait for the Ouija board to do something and the voodoo doll. If they don't interact, we'll be able to get our ghost, lock it in, and move on. So for the moment, you don't have to do anything inside the house now. You can just wait outside where it's safe. You don't have to move around. We already know what the ghost type is. We've just got to get the mood and the age of the ghost now before we can continue on. With that being said, you can see these are now fully charged. But because it's a gallows, we're only going to require the withering light. So we only need this one to keep us safe. What we want to do though, we want to go around and find the actual ghost. So what we're going to do, we want to find the next ectoplasm ball. This thing wants me to take a photo of the ghost, but I don't want to do that. It's too scary. Alright. So it hasn't dropped the third ectoplasm ball, but I do believe it's going to be upstairs. Oh! I'm getting dragged. That was nasty. Okay, now in the higher levels, there's actually braziers you can actually use. They're actually used for preventing the ghost from dragging you. In professional mode, when I play it, there we go, here's the other one. When we're in professional mode, I've actually got a drone that sits on my shoulder which has flashlight, it has ultraviolet, and also gives you an extra slot to choose from. But I'm going to leave that for the moment. What we need now is to get our gun. We're going to go back in. We're going to do this again. Before we do though, this is a part where you've got to start thinking outside the square. Now, even though the ghost will be stopped by this temporarily, it does not mean it will not stop it from attacking you a second time straight away. If you're still within its scream radius, the ghost will force you to drop the item. So it's always better to have a second beat of protection. Now for this, we're going to do the crucifix, which is here. So I'm going to throw the camera down. I don't need it at the moment. And now we've got our protection. We're ready to go. In multiplayer games, the percentage on this won't go up as fast. Obviously, playing a lower level, you get a little bit more leeway, but... And that's our second one. Okay, we need to get the third one now, but we need to find out whether it's dropped the third one. That's going to be a big challenge. If you've got the money, you can always purchase this, and this will determine where the location of it is. But because this is a tutorial, we're doing it with no cheats, with no money or anything like that, I'm going to show you how to do it. So what we got to do now, we know it is attracted to holy fire. So what we got to do is, we're just going to drop this down here, let it recharge. We have to run around the house with holy fire until we come across the next one. Now on this map, the ectoplasm normally spawns in 4 different places. You've got downstairs in the basement. You've got next to the kitchen table on the left side when you walk through the double doors. Upstairs in the bathroom where we found it the first time, and downstairs in the bottom bathroom where we found it. The third ectoplasm ball, if it has been dropped, will be dropped exactly where the ghost gets scared. So if you throw something at it, it'll force it to drop it. To me, I don't think it has dropped it yet, but we'll find out soon. In the meantime, let's go through and see if we can see if our information is final. Okay, you can see the Ouija boards jumping all over the place there. Let's have a look, get you a better look at it. So that means the Ouija board is moving randomly. So we've got ourselves an ancient. The voodoo doll hasn't interacted, so it will be a concern. However, this could be a trick. Sometimes a voodoo doll doesn't interact straight away, and if it doesn't, then you can get your information wrong. On insane levels, you only get one chance to get it right. In this case, we're correct. Okay, so now that that is done, we can now start weakening our ghost. So first up, we need to holy salt it and then golden bomb it. So we use the holy salt. Can drop this down, we don't need that. I'm not going to use the I'm not going to use this yet because there's only one shot left in it. We won't need it. So we've got that, we've got the salt, and we've got... Oh, sorry, it's holy salt. Did I pick up? No, I've got normal salt, sorry. Read the facts right because you'll get you killed. So we need holy salt, golden bomb, and light 3 candles. Okay. So it looks like it's taken the... it's upstairs. Okay, here we go. The ghost is going to attack. Unfortunately, when the ghost attacks, all the lights go off, so it's very hard to see. There it comes. Alright, now it's very, very possible that the ghost has dropped it at this point. In this case, I'm going to say no. But we've got to light 3 candles, so, and then we need the flask. So we'll take that. We'll take this. We'll go light our 3 candles. Now I know the ghost has actually dropped. There we go. And what we need to do is actually find the ectoplasm ball. So we're going to have to look around the entire house. By this point, it is quite normal that the ghost would have dropped it. Like I said, without the actual use of the detectors and stuff which make your life easier, it's all trial and error. But it can be anywhere, the third one. The first 2 are always in one location on the map, like I suggested before, but the third one drops only where the ghost gets scared. So it could be anywhere in the house. All we've got to rely on is this. We'll just stand outside during this hunt. We should be fine. Okay, good to go. We know it's not downstairs. Check up here. See, for a noob, this is very, very hard to do. But all you got to do is not panic. There it is. Okay, so we found it. So what we're going to need now, I'm just going to drop this here. We don't need it at the moment, actually. I'll take it downstairs because we will need it. And if I leave it on the floor, it's more than most likely the ghost is going to take it. We need to drop that here. Take that, get that, and we're ready to deal with our friend. So we're going to get our 3rd ectoplasm here, and this will finalize that part of the process. So when you hear that clunk, clunk, clunk noise, it means that it's trying to kill you. So just keep out of its way and you should be fine. And there we go. That's how you do the collection of ectoplasm. So what we got to do now is we need to flask it and then capture it. And that's the process behind that. Mr. Ghost. That's it. Come to me. So I don't have to chase it. It's going to come to me now. We'll finish it off. Oh, it was up in the girl's bedroom. Where you going? Where you going, bruh? Hey there. Yeah, we'll chase him around for a little while. And just like that. That's how the ectoplasm collection process works. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the next step. No, it actually took me right out of the lobby. I wasn't expecting it to do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave collection of ectoplasm on because I'm going to show you how to work all these together. So what we're going to do now is work on our sanity. Now, the way the sanity works is that instead of the ghost constantly attacking, it's going to hit your sanity first. And doing so, it's going to require you to keep building that up with pills. Now, it depends on what difficulty you're on, will depend on how much the ghost actually takes from you. So I'm going to show you. Let's just get into it and we'll continue on from there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so same as before, we start off with our 3 items. Remember, I am not using my drone because this is tutorial. It's always the best process just to chuck those in the door first, get them going, because the ghost loves to play with that stuff. I'll chop this one down. Throw that 2. Unfortunately, because I've only got 3 items, you don't have a drone to light up the house. So we have to rely on the cheap lights that come with the house. Well, we've got our ghost. We've got EMF 5, 50 degrees temperatures. We've got a vampire or a Wendigo. Because we're not using high rank ghosts, I'm more willing to put this towards a vampire. $100 to 500 is our particle counter. Okay, so what we're going to do is get a ultraviolet flashlight so that we can see if we can spot any footprints. And that's okay. Let's have a quick look. I'm still in my grace period, so technically I shouldn't get attacked yet by the ghost. And remember, this is also a collection of ectoplasm. And as you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen there, the green head with the brain, that's my sanity meter. Okay, so we have footprints. Well, so Wendigo. Okay, so we're up against a mimic. Easy as. Okay. We know we have a Wendigo. Alright. Let's take a picture of the ghost attack. Talk to the ghost on the radio. Record drones in the notebook in video. And open all doors. Okay. So a Wendigo, to protect ourselves, will require a incense stick, which is probably the best item to use for it. Now, if you're wondering what the 3 ropes are around the stick, that gives you 3 attempts with the incense stick. So the first attempt, the ghost will just knock down one rope, second attempt, third, and then the stick is useless. Works the same with the crucifix and also the Christ statue. They're the only items in the game that have actually got 3 bits of rope around them to give you that chance. So we are dealing with the Wendigo, so we do need a withering light, and we do need to find the ectoplasm. So for the moment, we're just going to keep... I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep that. That'll work. I do not want to use that just yet. Now, providing... We've done that. Let's do that. Okay. 2 bits of protection, and we have to identify where the plasma absorber is. Sorry, not the plasma absorber, where the ectoplasm is. What we're going to do is run around the house first with it, see if we can spot it via this light. Nope. I can't hear it either, which is a bit of a nuisance. Unfortunately, it's not until you get to the insane levels that it works. Okay, sorry, I should have looked. It's not that it's going to work. It's going to be this. This is going to reveal where our ectoplasm ball is. As you can see up the top here, and what I didn't refuse to read was this: ectoplasm reacts to the tool ultraviolet. Okay, that's not here. We'll head into the bathroom downstairs and then we'll move upstairs. Now, when the ghost attacks you on these harder levels, which is what I'm on at the moment, it will force you to drop the item. Make sure it's an item that you can get away with losing. So if you hear the hunt start, you want to change to something that you're happy for it to throw away. We've got a cross, so the notebook's going to be doodles. I already know it's a Wendigo. There's our ectoplasm. Uh-oh. Hey, here I go. As soon as I heard that. No. God, it took me into the toilet. Jesus, that's creepy. I could have thought of better places that wanted to have its way with me, but Jesus. No style, this ghost. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah. Okay. Now, I did drop my incense stick. I do want it back. Okay. Now, in this one, it's more than most likely the ghost is going to double tap. So what it will do, the withering light will more than most likely stop it. Okay. Normally what it does is, for a mimic, when you hit it with this, it will change into your form, and then it will attack you again. That's its loophole, I guess you could say, around that. Okay, so we've checked all downstairs. We know there's not another one there. We know the next one is going to be in the bathroom upstairs. So we're going to wait until this recharges. In the meantime, we're going to work on looking at the rest of the information we have. Alright, so the Ouija board and the voodoo doll are not interacting. Can you talk? Okay, so the voodoo doll just raised up in the air. So we've got a raised voodoo. Radio is crying. So we've got ghost mood's calm. What we're waiting on now is the Ouija board to interact. If I was to say doesn't interact, it's going to be a young. If it moves from side to side, it's a middle. Or if it moves randomly, which it won't do. So there's two options. We have 50-50 chance of getting it right. If you're scared to go back in the house and you've actually put the Ouija board somewhere in the middle of the house, on the lower levels, you've got two chances. So over here, we are playing hard. So as you can see, one of the chances has already dropped. So it's going to be a 50-50 chance. So if you've got the other two bits of evidence right, and then you try to do this one, and you get it wrong, well, it doesn't matter. You can change it, and then hit it again. But for me, my experience says that it's not moving. So it doesn't interact, which means it's a young. So let's lock those in. If I'm wrong, there we go. Okay, now we can start dealing with the ghost. So, salt, incense, light 3 candles. I think we already lit 3 candles, didn't we? I got 1, 2. Oh, there he is. He was outside. Okay. Hi. What are you doing outside? You can see now my sanity has dropped a little bit. You see how it's now got a bit of red on it? If your sanity does drop to 0, then protective items will no longer work on you. Will not protect you. So what we're going to do, we're going to hold this in our hand. So then the way if the ghost forces us to drop it, it doesn't matter. Because this is what we want. This is our next item, the incense stick. You can't do everything just randomly. It has to be done in order of the sequence, or else it doesn't work. So next up, as you can see, we got incense. If you're confused about your last exorcism step or you forget, then you can look at the screen here and it says a last correct action. And you can see it says use salt. So we've used the salt. So next step will be the incense. It's always a good way to work out your bearings if you get lost or confused. Now we'll just wait for our ghost to come to us. See, in the game with no sanity attached, normally that second point, when the ghost made that noise, it would have attacked me again, probably killing me. At this point, it took my sanity instead, which is, it's like a little shield, I guess you could say. Right. I have a feeling the ghost is going to attack again shortly. Well, that is okay. We are prepared. Now, did I drop my ultraviolet flashlight upstairs? I think I did, didn't I? I did. Yes, I put it in here. There it is. Because I do believe that the next ectoplasm ball is here. Like right there. I've got to make sure I don't light up any more candles. 3 candles are enough. Okay, now we just got to wait for our ghost. Here he comes. So he's spawning downstairs. That's interesting. Hi. Now, as you can see as well, my sanity now is at 10%. So if it drops again, it's possible I can die. So what we need to do is get our sanity back up. And of course, like any other ghost game or any other game, you just got to buy your sanity pills and you're good to go. Now, if you're a noob and you're playing this for the very, very first time and you don't have the money to buy these pills, it's better to get yourself into a game with other players and get them to buy it for you, because it's the only way you're going to survive. If you do hit 0 sanity, best thing to do is just leave or let the other players deal with the ghost. You will still get your points and the money and the rewards that come with it. Now, as you can see, it didn't take me to 100%, but it's not supposed to. It only gives you 75% of it back. So I've got to record drawings in the notebook, so we'll do that. Let's get ourselves some extra points. These are your video monitors. There's 4 of them, so you can have anyone you want on. You can only have 2 videos at a time, 2 video cameras. That's all it allows you to buy. Oh, there you go. That was easy. Now, for this one, we can actually use this here, the video camera with motion sensor. This will detect the ghost and follow it and show it on the screen all the time, so you'll know exactly where it is. Okay, so now we've got to Golden Bomb, blow out all candles, and Holy Fire. I already used a Golden Bomb once. I do have to buy another Golden Bomb. I was a bit worried about that, but that is okay. Golden Bombs are not expensive. They're very, very cheap. They're like 40, I think they're, there you go, $100. That's not expensive. Okay. Oh, shit. So even been inside the van for so long? Oh, it was supposed to be fire salt first, my bad. So I was in the van for so long and the ghost came out to me. So as you can see, it's it's not an exact science, unfortunately. There's one thing the game never mentions about this, is that no matter how much time you spend in the van, the ghost will always come out to you if it's a mimic ghost. So I've got to blow out all candles, so let's do that. It's doing this out of order doesn't matter. It just means that once it comes up to that part in the game, it will just hit the ghost straight away. Now, there's a badge that you can get an achievement. I think it's called Idiots. So what you do, you grab the ghost catching device and you throw it into the ocean, into the lake there. And you get a badge for it. It's stupid, but it's it's one of the things that devs put in there just to make it fun. That's stupid. The ghost is blowing out all the light bulbs. I don't know why. So as you can see here, the best time as well to also use a withering light is when it's actually got, when you do an ectoplasm collection. So down here, it's best to hit it with all these three first, and then go in and get the ectoplasm for the withering light, and that'll pass on to the next step of the of the ritual, I guess you could say. Now we're just going to hang outside for the moment, wait for Mr. Ghost to come to us. If I see him, I'll run in there, but to be honest with you, I don't know why. Like, yes, I'm level 40 plus, but I do not see why I'm getting the high rank ghost, because I haven't got high rank ticked in modifiers. Hi there. What a hit. There we go. I have to take some more sanity pills because I'm halfway. So for someone like me that's got a lot of money, it is pretty easy to do that. But for noobs, it's not. So what we're going to do next game, we're just going to use what we got. And I'm going to try and I'll try and show you how to maximize the value of it. Now we've blown out all candles. The next step is Holy Fire, which is this. So what I'm going to do is throw this down. We don't need it. We're going to take this in. That's okay. This is what I want. Come on. Oh, wow. He's double tapping me. He's trying. Three goes at me he took. Wow. Okay, so at this point, I've lost all the withering lights. I haven't completed the ectoplasm collection process. So at this point, this is a part where you would just go away, leave, and accept what you can get out of the profit. So that's what we're going to do. So unfortunately, you get nothing for your troubles. It is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but that's what it is, unfortunately. So what we're going to do now is we're going to maximize our value based on these two we've got. So we're using collection and sanity, using hard difficulty. Let's head back in. Same deal as before. Just chop everything off. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure why we're getting Wendigos and the high ranking ghosts. Makes no sense at the moment. I don't see why it's doing it. Could be glitched, because the high rank ghosts are not supposed to happen unless you're using the modifier. Like, sure enough, you can get ghosts like all the other high ghosts, but the Wendigo and that, no. Let's turn on all the lights. Oh, red 3, 50 degrees, and we've got ectoplasm right here. So it's a Babadook, demon or puppet. You can hear the ectoplasm right here. We got 500 to 1,000 on the particle counter. Okay. So what we're going to do now is throw that in. Can you talk? Not yet. As you can see, the lighting in here is a little shit, so what we're going to do, we need to find some footprints if we can. And we're going to use this. We need to try and narrow these down if possible. So we found 2 of the ectoplasm balls. That's what we want. Now, we're still checking. Alright, so it's in there. Alright. I'm not seeing any footprints at all. So I'm going to knock that down as no evidence. So it's a demon, if that's the case. The notebook should be a skull. Should be, if that's a correct setup. But we know where the ectoplasm is. Now for that, identifying it is with the video camera. So let's see if our theory is correct. It's upstairs, that's right. Oh, we got ghost writing. We got a skull, which is correct. Ouija board is side to side, so we were correct. It's an older voodoo doll raised up and down. Got a haunting. There's our settings, people. Can you talk? Nope. Now, I could be wrong. Okay, I am wrong. So it's not a demon. Okay. So there has to be footprints around somewhere. That's interesting. But we know we've got the notebook correct. So it's going to come down to footprints. So let's have a look at what there is. So for footprints, we've got a choice of bloodstains. Oh, sorry, footprint. Or doesn't leave. It's a Babadook. Okay, there you go. I got it wrong. Stupid me. It was a demon, older calm. Hang on. No, actually, I put raised voodoo, didn't I? That should have put it as a haunting. Because the voodoo doll was being raised up in the air. That is very interesting. I am actually curious now to do that again. I just want to see. So, if I do raise voodoo, it's calm. Unless I actually put it as throws a doll. That's what it should have been, a calm. It was an older, because the Ouija board was moving side to side. Particle counter was 500 to 1,000. So those settings were correct. I must have stuffed up when I did this. I must have left it on throws a doll instead. My bad. Doesn't help, does it? When you get when you get it wrong. That's unfortunate. But when you do start building money up and you want some extra light, you can use these. These are very, very bright, as you can plainly see. And they're always good just to have right there, the front door. I can hear the voodoo doll already getting tossed. Can you talk? That was quick. Alright, so the voodoo doll has been thrown. Radio is growling. Ouija board is moving randomly. Okay. That was very, very quick. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not. Alright, so let's go find our ghost. We're still in our grace period. Damn it. I like light. Light is good. And then the lights keep blowing. What the hell? Oh my god. It's probably going to be down here. No, he's not. Great. He's upstairs. Interesting. I did waste a bit of time downstairs, so it is quite possible my grace period could be at and finished. Oh no. And he's here. Where is he? I just heard him. Where'd he go? Where did you go, my dude? Damn it. Well, I don't know where he's gone. I've lost him. He was here. I don't know. Not 100% sure where he went. Okay. Alright, so in this case, since the ghost has decided to run off and doesn't want to have a bar to do with us, we're just going to leave this stuff here and we'll come back for it. The ghost will eventually come down there and it will have to pass that equipment. Light all candles. Take ectoplasm on video. Okay. Light all candles. And what can protect us? We don't even know what can protect us yet. I've only got 2 items. That mirror will definitely come in handy a bit later on in the game. Okay. So candles downstairs. Alright, so the ghost is back upstairs. That's good news for us. I'm actually hoping I'm still in my grace period. Well, I'm probably not, but it doesn't matter at this point. My sanity should keep me alive for the moment. Should. The ghost isn't really aggressive at the moment, which is a good sign. It means we haven't done anything to piss it off. That can change if we irritate the ghost. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. Okay. This is not cool, man. There it is. Red 3. There it is. Alright, so we got red 3. Low negative temperatures. We've lost him again. Alright, so we've got red 3 on the EMF sensor. We've got minimal to no temperatures, so it's going to be here. So we've got a darkness or an Iron Maiden. Really? You're going to give me an Iron Maiden? If we're up against an Iron Maiden, people, it means that our game change is going to have to definitely change for this round. That's going to be interesting, actually. Darkness requires Withering Light, and I think the Iron Maiden is also Withering Light. No, it's not. It's Plasma. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to go in and get the Ectoplasm. We know where one of them is. This could be our downfall. No, hang on, it was downstairs, wasn't it? Where did it go? Alright. I think we lost it. Alright. So it looks like it responds to this. Alright. I am a little worried. It looks like the crucifix protects us against both ghosts, so we'll use that. We've got to find the ectoplasm. I don't want to use either the Withering Light or the Plasma Absorber until we've actually found the ectoplasm, because, like I said, we're not buying any items if possible. To be honest, I do not think this is an Iron Maiden. It hasn't acted like one, from what I know. I'm not saying it's not, but when the Iron Maiden attacks you, it will take control of your screen. You will see through its eyes. All right, the door's locked. We've got to wait. I do not want to interact with the ghost at the moment. I don't want to have a bar to do with the ghost until we've found out everything that we need. I was a little disheartened about the fact that it didn't... Oh! I'm getting dragged. So the ghost is now in the basement. That's where it dragged me. We don't care. We want our stuff back. It actually followed me. What a dog. Alright. Well, I cannot not see the ectoplasm. Alright. Okay. So that's obviously incorrect ghost then. So if we go the darkness responds to ultraviolet light, the Iron Maiden responds to that. Okay. So it's a darkness. It's not an Iron Maiden. The notebook is Doodles. Okay. Take ectoplasm on video. Yes, we can certainly do that. Now that we know what we're up against. So it's going to be a Withering Light, that, and we've got a crucifix on us, just in case the ghost decides it wants to double tap. We're going to need the ultraviolet flashlight. For the moment, I'm going to drop this, just until we find the ectoplasm. And I'm going to drop the gun. Shivers. Okay, that was not supposed to happen, but it did. Had the wrong item in my hand. That's what can happen if you get it wrong. Always keep the item that you want to keep, that keeps you safe, in your not in your hand. You want to keep the item that you're happy to get rid of. Because when the ghost forces you to drop that, sometimes it's hard to not be able to pick the item straight back up. And that's when it will kill you. There's our ectoplasm. Thank you. So as you can see, it is not impossible. It is very, very easy to do in some regards. We'll throw that there. The door will close regardless, but that's okay. See, obviously on the harder levels, you can see it actually takes a little while longer than it did on the first level. Yeah, there you go. We've got bloodstains. Obviously, the harder the level, the lower, the slower it's going to take for the percentage to go up. Okay, so let's do this again. What we want to do is drop the gun. Keep the torch on us. No, that's been blocked off. So we need to find the next ectoplasm ball. There it is. Alright. Whoa, shit. We'll go this way. Now remember, we don't want to waste this, so we have to let it... We have to let it recharge. Because remember, we're doing this without any of the items that normally I use. Fortunately, I normally use a drone, but I've got that turned off, the same as I've got my brazers taken off, so the fact that the ghost can drag me, it will I'm playing just like a noob does, to a degree. Which is what this whole tutorial is all about. Okay, so my sanity is at halfway. Now, for argument's sake, let's say I was playing Sanity and I didn't have enough money to buy Sanity pills. I'm at a major disadvantage at being only 50%. 2 ectoplasms still left to get. It's going to be hard. But if you do have the money, you just simply buy. I'll only buy 1 set, just to show you. And there you go, just like that. Now what we need to do is find... We need to go back. Oh, wow. It kicked me outside. The door didn't quite get me. Okay. So this is now fully charged. Let's take that and... Can't pick the gun up just yet. Really? I did not want to waste that, but whatever. If that's what you're going to do. I don't think I'm going to get this. No, he took it. I was hoping I'd get it before he took it, but no, he's taking it. Where's he going with it? Alright, so he's taken the ectoplasm downstairs. That was a bit of a letdown, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting him to attack me straight that, but he did. So now we're down to 1 shot. And as you can see, part of the exorcism steps is to use the withering light. So what we'll do now, we'll use the second withering light for this part of the ectoplasm. For this part of the exorcist. Exorcism! Jesus Christ, get it right. Golden bomb. Turn on 5 light sources. Okay, so we're going to throw this down for the moment. We're going to turn on 5 light sources. Magic book. Okay, let's do this. I've got to turn on 5 light sources. Most of these have already blown up. Annoying bloody ghost. Turning these on is probably fruitless because the ghost is on the outside. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a mirror to bring these ghosts to me. Or should I? No, I don't have to. I'm just going to wait. And as you can see, the particle counter is 100 to 500, 500 to 1,000. How'd that make you feel, knucklehead? Trying to double tap my ass? So my sanity is very bad now, as you can plainly see. Really? Shit, where's my... Where the hell did my crucifix go? Got it. Magic book, turn off all lights. Just got to turn all the lights off. There we go. So next up is Withering Light. Alright. Now providing we don't get attacked, I want to leave this on. Oh, you took it downstairs, that's right. Have to drop this upstairs. Shit! Okay. That happened. Alright, so we've lost the ectoplasm, so we now need to find the ultraviolet flashlight again. For this operation though, I am going to buy another one. Just to show you. Because now at this point, with all the ectoplasm still out there, you've still got 2 left, and you've got no more Withering Lights. If you're playing by yourself, and you can see my sanity is down at the red, I've got like 1% sanity left. This is the part where you would drive away. You wouldn't get anything for it, but you wouldn't die either. So it would be entirely up to you on how you would want to roll this part. But for me, I'm going to run this through because I would like to show you how it all works. I'm going to take 2 just to get myself to full capacity. There we go. Now we're ready. What we've got to do is find, so I'm just going to drop that. We need the ultraviolet flashlight, which has disappeared. I'm not sure where it is, but that is okay. We're just going to get another one. Like I said, for someone like me that's got the money to burn, it's very simple to keep buying stuff. But, oh, look at that. It's right there. Right there. That's where it took it. Okay, easy as. We could probably extract this from outside the door. Oh, bugger off. Outside the door, I feel safer already. Okay, that was cool. That was so funny. Alright, so what we want to do, we want to wait for this to recharge because we do not want to spend too much money, especially on normal round because it will cost you the earth. When you think about it, you get about, what is it, $250 for normal with no modifiers. You get $4,800 on hard with no modifiers. But we're playing ectoplasm and sanity, which gives us double the money. So what you got to also take into consideration is, no matter how much you spend on these items, are you actually making that much money back in the game when you win at the end, or is it costing you more money? That's another thing you've got to also look at. So you've also got to change your game strategy if you're trying to make money. All right, now for this, we still need to find the other one. I'm going to leave this outside. I'm not too fussed about it. Just to help us with other bits of protection. Use the incense stick and... Oh, we can use incense and crucifix. Oh, I like that. There we go. Either one works for me. And we've just got to find the next ectoplasm ball. I do believe the ghost has dropped it. Well, the problem is finding it. If we cannot find it with this, I will run through the process of using the other items. Oh, whatever. Really? It's still not here. I'm actually outrunning the ghost at the moment. I just looped it around the staircase. Okay, so if in doubt and you've got a little bit of money to burn and you cannot find it with this item, what you can use, there's two other items you can use to track the ectoplasm. You've got the ectoplasm developer, which is this. I'll buy it just to show you how it works. And we've also got the ectoplasm detector. So this has a radius, and we'll show you like 10. I think it's like a meter, 2 meter radius. So when you go near it, it will find it. It will reveal itself. This will tell you meterage, how close you are to it. So let's see if we can find it. So what we're going to do, we're just going to drop down one of these. And we'll see how both of these items work in conjunction with each other. So 9 meters, you can see it is not on this level. Oh, hang on, it's coming closer. See, it's upstairs or it's down. I think it's based on this. 5, 7. No, okay. So it's going to be upstairs, I would dare say. We'll check. 6, 5, 8. Stop following me, you grub. Alright, so it's going to be upstairs. More than most likely. In here. No, it's not. That is very strange. As you can see, it leads on a wild goose chase from time to time, but... Pee off. You see, he's just draining my sanity. Alright, so... This is getting confusing. I'm not sure where this is now. This should have already led me to it. So what we're going to do is going to go down here. There it is. So as you can see, that's how this works. Alright, so we found it. It's at the bottom of the stairs, which means we're going to have to put a withering light at the top of the stairs. I don't think I'm going to need my sanity for it, hopefully. So we only need to get one more. Alright, let's go. We're happy to lose the gun if the ghost does attack us. And that is our third ectoplasm completed. Sounds like the ghost. I don't know if the ghost is upstairs, downstairs, what it's doing, but it's just running around the house like a chicken with its head cut off. Didn't even attack me during that final process. Okay, so that's now the collection of ectoplasm completed. We know how it all works. So now the sanity, you can see my sanity is down very, very low. But it's not the end of the world. Wither in Light is now complete, so now what we can do is catch the ghost. We just got to find him. Sounds like he's upstairs. Hello. And that is sanity and ectoplasm used together. As you can see, the money doubled because of using the modifiers, which is how the best way to beef up your experience and your money. So now that we've covered those two, let's move on to our third one. So we are doing these together. So next up is a pentagram. Now the way the pentagram works is that you have to find 5 items around the house. One of them is a rose, the other one's a watch, a skull, a mask, and a dream catcher. Now, when you get to the pentagram ritual, you have to use the ectoplasm first, because if you don't, the pentagram stays locked and you cannot do anything with it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run it through first without the ectoplasm, and the pentagram will automatically be unlocked to start with, which means we can just start the ritual without having to collect the ectoplasm. And then I'll show you the difference with how it works with the ectoplasm. Now, that being said, let's get into the game. That was my bad. Okay, so as always, we start off like we normally do. We pick up our lovely 3 items. Remember, I'm not using my drone because we are running this from a tutorial, from a beginner's perspective. One thing you don't want to do is waste your grace period. Once you've lost that, it's very, very hard to get the rest of the evidence, unless a ghost is really willing to give it to you on a whim. There we go. Now what we're going to do is use this, and this will find our ghost and identify it, hopefully. Only being able to carry 3 items is one of the downsides of not having a drone, but that's okay. Drones are very expensive based on what how much you're willing to spend on what you want to spend them on. So as you can see here, it's got a padlock on the pentagram. That means we have to get up to the ritual before we can actually work the rest of it. Well, the light's not working, obviously, but that's fine. So let's go down into the basement. Yeah, here we go. Alright, he was here. He just left. Don't know where he's gone. Probably went upstairs. There he is. We found him. Okay, so we've got thermometer is very high temperatures. EMF sensor is read 3. I couldn't see that. I think it was human. Alright, we have 100 to 500 for the particle counter. That sparks, but we're not on that level, so... Okay, I'm gonna go out and assume that that was a human. If that was correct, which it's not, it means it's not going to be any of the ghosts. So it's going to have to be a skull or doodles. Now, if it's doodles, it'll be a puppet. If it's a skull, it's going to be a freaking demon or Babadook. Which means we're going to have to look for footprints. First things first, we want to find the cursed items. Now, there's different ways of finding the pentagram items. This is one way. You can see they glow green. So here's this, the mask. Just throw it down there and just make sure that it's in the room. We'll just check the rest of the house for any green items. No more down here. We'll head up. Uh-oh. Bye. Hope that made you feel like a man. Uh-huh. No, definitely got a skull. So we've got a Babadook or a demon. Lost my camera here somewhere. Shit. Right, I'm going to have to get the flashlight. This is one of the problems of not having the drone on your shoulder. The light always stays on. You always know where you are. Thank you. Alright, let's head upstairs. There's a mirror. The mirror is not what we're looking for. We've got the skull. Nothing in here. We have the rose. So we've got the skull, the rose, and the mask. We're still missing the dream catcher and the watch. Okay. I do believe they're going to be in the girls' room. So they'll both be in here. Well, one of them will be in here. There we go. There's a dream catcher. And the watch should be in the boys' room. Which is this one. There it is. And now we have all our 5 items. And we have a ghost that's chasing us. I do believe that's leveled out of what ghost we're dealing with. Alright, let's get out of the house. So now that we have a mimic running around the place, we know exactly what ghost we're dealing with. It's a Babadook. And he's still chasing me. Okay. That is a 100% Babadook. So there's going to be footprints somewhere, but that is okay. Particle counter I said was 500 to 1,000, didn't I? Yep. Ouija board's not interacting. Can you talk? Radio's growling. Okay, so those readings are incorrect. So if I was to hit that button now, it would be incorrect. But we've done what we wanted to do. We found the found our cursed items. Always a good idea to get the cursed items first. It's always the best policy. Now to defend ourselves, we can use this. Bring the mirror to the car. Take a picture of the ghost footprint. Guess we could do that. Oh, Ouija board's moving side to side. Older. That could be the settings. Let's lock them in and see if we're correct. We're not correct. Okay. So the ghost is still hiding a piece of evidence. Anyway, what we need to do is to find his footprints. So I'm going to leave this. I do not want to carry this with me at the moment. I'll leave that there. So we're looking for footprints. There it is. Beautiful. So we've only got one more shot now to get this correct. Now you can see older and aggressive was not correct. So that means we're going to be dealing... I do believe this will be part of the voodoo process. It'll be the voodoo doll we have to worry about. Right, let's get this torch. This torch is, I guess you would say, in the normal game, tier 1 torch. Crap. I do need the torch because I need to find the particle counter. Here it is. What was it? Oh, it's 100 to 500. Okay. So there we go. It's a middle aggressive. Gotta hope I'm right. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So now what we can do is we've got a salt, turn on 5 light sources and incense a ghost. We've got the incense stick with us. I'm going to take in a second form of protection just to be on the safe side. So we'll take a flask. Actually, is it part of the process? Yes, it is. We'll take something that's not part of the process, which will be the silver bomb. There we go. Remember, we are trying to save money and trying to play it from a beginner's perspective. So what we'll do, we'll turn on the 5 light sources first, and then we'll get the ghost to come out to us, and we'll be able to do it in one hit. We won't have to come inside the house and risk our lives. There's our 5 light sources. Okay. Let's get out of the house. And because we're dealing with a mimic, this is going to work to our benefit. The ghost is going to come outside the house and we're going to be able to do everything we want to do with it from this point. Now, once you've completed the pentagram ritual, the ghost is locked inside that circle, so you can go around and do what you want to do. If you need to do any other secondary objectives, that's the best way of doing it. I think the mirror was upstairs. That's right. Should have grabbed it when I had the chance. Would have been easier to summon the ghost to my location. Right, let's get these lights turned off. Because when you do the turn on the light process, there's always a chance that it's going to tell you to turn the lights off again, which is what it's done. So the next step is the flask. Oh, sorry, incense, flask, and then turn off all lights. So we just want to hold this on us because if the ghost forces us to drop it, we're not going to lose anything. I think what I might do is actually grab the flashlight, leave this down. Doesn't matter if the ghost forces me to drop the flashlight. There we go. At least we'll be able to see better. So this is a tier 2 flashlight. And the tier 3 flashlight is the one that goes up on your shoulder, which is part of the drone. Alright, so we're just going to wait for our friend to come back to us. Going after my sanity, how dare you? God, that's just creepy. Okay, in the meantime, while we're waiting for our ghost, we'll run through a couple of the other little cute toys that you can use in fun games. So I'm just going to throw that down for the moment. Here you've got the... where is it? You've got the motion tracker. You've got the danger detector, and you've got the motion sensor. That tells you the direction of the ghosts are in. And it also warns you about when they attack. But we covered that in a previous video, so that's okay. I'm going to follow him downstairs because I want to try and get this done as quick as I can. There we go. So what he's going to do is force me to drop this torch. Okay, so we've turned off all the lights, so that's the part we're up to now. We've got Magic Book and Withering Light and Pentagram Ritual to go, but look at my sanity. It is at 1%. So obviously we have to take our sanity pills. Like I've said before in the previous rounds, if you do run out of sanity and you don't have any money to buy sanity pills, the best thing you can do is just get in the car and drive away. Not on normal level, obviously, it won't use as much sanity, but because we are playing the harder level, it takes a lot more. So keep that in mind as well before you go jumping straight into insane level. So Magic Book and Withering Light. So what we've got to do is bring this down here. I'm going to leave that book there. I'm going to throw this here so we can see the ghost coming. There we go. So what we're going to do, we're just going to wait here for the moment. We'll wait for the Babadook to come out to us. And that book, once it gets close enough, will start floating in the air. Here it comes. Actually, I want to get it a bit closer. I don't want it near the Withering Light at the moment. Interesting. Very interesting. Did not expect that at all. He should have actually come out and attacked. Like, that should have actually worked. I will wait again. I'm happy to do that. Let's just wait patiently. Hang on. I've got a honey of an idea. I've got a really good idea here. If he's going to play silly buggers like that, what I'm going to do is going to wait for him to come out. When he does, I'm going to give him this. He's going to stand still, and that's going to give the book the chance to work its magic. Instead of using myself and my sanity as a target. Once we get to the pentagram part, it's pretty simple to do. The best thing you can do is not lose your cool. A purple disc will fly around the outside of the pentagram, and if it hits you, it'll give the ghost a split second a chance to come out and attack and kill you. So make sure you've always got your protection on you. If you get it wrong more than 3 times on this level, the ghost is free to come out of the pentagram and kill you, and then you've got to go around the house and look for all the items again, which is a costly procedure, and especially if you're playing harder. So here we go. Hopefully I can do it all in one hit to show you that it is very possible to do it like that. Alright, so Magic Book worked. Withering Light now. Actually, the mirror, if I remember correctly, was here. There we go. What we're going to do is summon the ghost to us. Oh, that works too. Okay, we're up to the pentagram ritual. Let's see if we can do this. Now, we've only got 1 shot left with that, so we're going to throw it down and get ourselves another one, just in case. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to use this as is, because we're not going to win any things by doing that. Alright, here we go. Fuck, I missed it. There we go. And you can see the number in the middle of the circle there. It actually tells you how many chances you got left. You just have to wait. Just have to wait for it to show you where it wants it, and then that's it. Oh, that one almost hit me. You see what I mean by that? Dangerous, aren't they? There we go. Get out of the way of that thing. And there you have it. That's a pentagram completed. Good looking chappy, isn't he? Okay. Now at this point, the ghost cannot hurt you anymore. You can now run around the house and do what you need to do for the secondary objectives or anything like that. No, I took it off him before I'd had a chance. Okay, and there we go. So, that's how the pentagram works. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run through the... oops, I don't want to connect again. Okay. Now, the Battle Royal... the way this works is that it's meant for multiple players. So if you have a look, the Royal Hunt modifier gives you the opportunity to compete with other players in catching ghosts. In this mode, items are scattered around the location, and if desired, you can order additional delivery of items that appear in a random place on the map. Each player must independently identify the ghost and materialize it so that there is an opportunity to see the ghost catcher. The winner is the one who catches a ghost first. So what you do, if you get to that machine and materialize the ghost first, the other player cannot see it. So it's a race to see who can get what first. It's actually pretty cool. And as you can see, it gives you, down the bottom here, gives you $1,000 plus 600 experience points. So that is pretty cool. Unfortunately, we're by ourselves, so Battle Royale is not going to work. But the collection of ectoplasm and Battle Royale do not work together. There's a glitch in the game. The devs haven't fixed it, so all they've done is just choose either one or the other. Okay, so next up we got Run or Die. So we've got the Pentagram, Sanity, and Collection of Ectoplasm. Now, Run or Die is the ghost has what they call an invulnerable hunt. And you cannot run from the ghost. You cannot hide from the ghost. All you can do is inject yourself and hope it doesn't catch you. That's all you can do. So like always, we're going to go in and identify our ghost as quick as we humanly possible. Once we've found the ghost, we'll work on getting all the ectoplasm items. Alright, so we've got low negative temps. We've got EMF red 3. We've got an Iron Maiden or a Darkness. Interesting. I don't think we're going to get an Iron Maiden at this point, because we don't have high ranking turned on in modifiers. 100 to 500 on the particle counter. Okay, so now whilst we're still in our grace period, let's get all the cursed items. Now we do have infrared on this, which I don't really like. It doesn't really look good, but to be honest, I've never really used it, to be honest. We got another 2 items already in here, which is an extra bonus for us. Less places to look. Okay, now the other items will be upstairs more than most likely. The skull will be in the bathroom, or it'll be downstairs in the basement. Okay, so the skull's not in here. There's the other one. So we've got the watch. Just double check. I have a feeling the skull's going to be in the basement. So like I said, it's always best to get these items first, get them out of the way, and then they're done. Then work on exercising the ghost. That's all 5 items. Okay, we're good to go. We definitely need a flashlight. I don't see the reason why. Can you talk? That's scary. Okay, so the notebook gives us doodles. Hey, Princess Foxy, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so there's going to be bloodstains around. So we have ourselves a darkness again. The Ouija board is moving side to side. So middle. Radio growled. The voodoo doll hasn't moved yet. Take a voodoo. Alright, so for the moment we're just going to leave that where it is. What we're going to do now is find our ectoplasm. So looking at that, we're going to be requiring the ultraviolet flashlight. That, and we'll take in a withering light as well to protect ourselves. Well, bye. So what we're going to do on the next round, I'm going to re-add my drone and everything else on, and I'll show you how more effective the game is with those items. Just to entice you to want to keep playing the game and get those drones, because they are worth it. Now, I'm not going to worry about checking downstairs for a second because the ghost is down there. That's where it dragged me. There's the bloodstains. Okay, there's no ectoplasm downstairs. There it is. Okay. Got our first ectoplasm. Alright, so we've got to wait for that to re-go. Take a picture of the ghost attack, use the curse mirror, take a picture of the ghost, irritate the ghost. Fun. Oh, where's my flashlight? Oh, thank you. Alright, so the Ouija board is side to side, doodles, we've already got that. Voodoo doll hasn't moved and I haven't heard it, so I'm going to say it doesn't interact, which should be our settings for the ghost. Okay, now that we've now that we've materialized a ghost, we need to silver bomb, turn on 5 light sources. Now for this, we're not going to use a withering light just yet. We're going to wait until we need to find the other ectoplasm. Once we find that, then we can use a withering light once a ghost attacks us. But we have to get up to that part of the ritual first. Oh, that was a bit silly, but okay. So we've got to turn on 5 light sources. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, we are doing run or die, so one thing I haven't shown you is what we're going to need just in case this ghost does decide to do a hunt. This is what we need to survive. A syringe of adrenaline. They're $50. If you haven't got the money to start off with, I do not recommend playing run or die because it will kill you. No matter what you throw at the ghost, no matter what part of the ritual you're up to, it will not stop it. It has to go through its cycle. Once it's done that, then you're free to go if you can survive it. There's no hiding. All you can do is inject this and stay ahead of the ghost. So next up is withering light. So what we need to do is to find our next ectoplasm pool, and I do believe that will be upstairs. So let's just go find out for one. Where is our ultraviolet light? Bring it. There it is. So I'm going to leave this here. And I'll hold on to that. Ah, you bugger. It's not an invulnerable hunt. It's just a standard hunt. There we go. Let's see, it's not here. I have a feeling it's in here. No, it's not. But the ghost is. I've already checked in here. Okay, it's going to be downstairs in the basement. 100%. I already know it's going to be down there. So what I'm going to do is wait for this door to open. Thank you. I'm going to grab our machine here. I'm going to keep the adrenaline on me. I'm going to take a punt and not use that. It's probably going to hurt me, but I'm going to go around the back way. It's closer to the basement, and it should give me that little bit of extra protection if I need to run. It's not as far. I don't have to run as far. Bucky took it. Son of a bitch. Alright, so he dropped it there. Okay, we know where it is. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but he just happened to be too close. So, and that said, we're going to just let this recharge. We know where it is now. It's going to be in the dining area. Let's charge up ourselves. We're ready to go. I'm amazed that the ghost hasn't done a invulnerable hunt yet. I could take a picture of the ghost attack. It's almost there. It's only got one shot left in it, but that's... You know what? That's fine. We'll just buy another one. This is for educational purposes. Here we go. We have ourselves an invulnerable hunt. And this is what I needed to show you about Run or Die. There he is. Now all you can do is just stay ahead of him. Now remember, he will try and cut you off. He'll double back. Don't lose your head. Just stay ahead of him. Keep your patience. You can normally hear him coming. There we go. We survived. And that is how you survive the hunt. Now, I'm not going to drop this because the ghost is already there. There's our ectoplasm. Okay. Now we just got to find the third one. I'm not 100% sure where it is. That is okay. Now that one was downstairs, remember that? Hasn't moved that. It might not have dropped it yet. Let's just check. So we've turned off all the lights. We're up to Holy Salt. Just going to run around the house, find our ghost. Shit, that didn't work. It just disintegrated. I threw it at the wall instead of the ghost. I'll have to buy another one. Another Holy Salt. Whilst I'm around, I'll look for the mirror. Oh, there's a choo-choo train. See, at this moment, the ghost is fairly weak because we've pretty much completed all the exorcism steps required. So he's not going to be showing his face as much as he normally does. He's going to try and drag the game out as long as he can. So we've got all the items here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. You in here, ghost? So you can see the pentagram is still locked. That's because we haven't collected the ectoplasm. But it's also because we're not up to that part of the ritual. Alright, now we're up to the pentagram ritual, but we still need to get the ectoplasm first. So we need to find it. This is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, this thing, but that's what it is. What else can we use to defend ourselves? We can use a golden bomb, so we'll keep that. Actually, going to need just one of that because we need an adrenaline because we could have another run or die hunt, which is what we're doing with this round. 13, 15, 12, 10. It's upstairs. My sanity is at 1. That doesn't bother me at the moment. I'm not too fussed. Yep, it's here. It's right there. Okay. Alright, so we found the ectoplasm. We can do the final extraction. I just got to take one more set of pills for my sanity. After this round, this will be the last of the tutorial completed because the final part is just high rank, and I'll just do a quick brief of that before I leave. So what we need to do is get some sanity, get ourselves back on the walking track. And what we're going to do a bit later tonight, we're going to run another tutorial again, but this time we're going to go through every single bit of the items and what they do and what they can't do. Should be fun. Okay, now we've got half sanity, that is fine. We know that. We'll come back for that. Alright, so it's upstairs in the room. So it's right here. I'm going to leave that there. You can see the ghost just took one of my items. Nasty little bugger, isn't he? Ah, bollocks to you. I don't want to use it. Thank you. We've got what we needed. All ectoplasm is now collected. Okay, let's do this. That's right. Damn it, he's got it blocked off. throwing shit at me. No, shit, I don't have it. And there we go. Just like that. We got him. And we did it with 1% sanity. I'm so happy with that. Okay. So we're going to take a picture of the ghost. Use the cursed mirror. Take a picture of the ghost. So we're not going to worry about that. I'll leave that up to your discretion if you choose to play the game doing that. We just want to get this done. And there we have it. That is the modifiers all used in conjunction with each other. So let's single them back up. So collection of ectoplasm. Obviously you need to find the 3 ectoplasm balls. Number 2 is your sanity, which the ghost will take off you instead of actually killing you. The pentagram ritual, which we just witnessed, as well as run or die. Now high rank won't give you any extra points or any extra experience. All it does, it allows you to get only 2, 3 and 4 ghost ranks. So as you can have a look at the ranks of the ghost, we'll move into, let's have a look at the Wikipedia for the ghost. I do believe it's that's actually in-game, or we can go to the training base, but what we'll do, I'll just show you quickly. Just do a high rank. I'm not going to actually play the game, but I'll just give you a rundown of the different ranks. Okay, so as you can see here, you've got the standard rank 1 ghost, which is the Poltergeist, Drown, Darkness, Gallows, Child, or Jiangshi. Rank 2, Vampire, Dream, Demon, Nun, Puppet, Kuchi. Rank 3 are our mimics. All 4 of them are mimics. And of course our rank 4, which is Iron Maiden. Now the high rank, if you are level 30 and above, will give you the ability to unlock Iron Maiden. If you are below rank 30, you will not get Iron Maiden. If you're in a game with people that have got rank 30 or above, Iron Maiden will not appear because you don't have that. So the game takes that into consideration, and it will say no to you, and it'll give you something lower than that. It's the same as level 20. If you're not level 20 and someone in your game is level 40 and they've got high rank on, you won't get Babadook, Krampus, Ghoul, Wendigo, Iron Maiden. It'll only give you the ghost below level 20. And it does that for everybody. So if you're in a game with your mates, you want to make sure, if you're running high rank, you want to make sure you're all over level 30. But other than that, that's how it works. So what we're going to do a bit later tonight, we're going to continue on with this. And what we're going to do is show you the ins and outs of how all these lovely little devices work. So what we've got here is the, like I said, video camera, photo camera. These have the tripods. They're automated. So wherever the ghost is, these will point to the direction and take an image of the ghost at the time when it comes around. So that's one way of doing it. But you can see they cost $400. They're very expensive and very, very never get used. The same as a danger detector. And of course the motion sensor. So the way the danger detector, I'll do this now. The way the danger detector works, you've got 3 lights, green, yellow and red. If the ghost is close to you, the light will turn yellow. If the ghost is about to hunt you, the light will turn red. Now the motion sensor will move based on where the ghost is. At the moment it's not detecting the ghost, so it'll just point outside the door. And thanks Princess for that. And as you can plainly see, They're working. But they very rarely get used because people are just in there to hurry it up and get in and get out. So even though they are really good tools to use for beginners, they cost too much. So you've got to weigh in the good to the bad before you start using all this equipment that's in here. Same as the powder. Nobody knows what the magic powder does. Well, no one ever explains it, but I do. So here's how it works. What we do is you throw this at, let's say, on this map, the bottom of the stairs. So when the ghost walks through that, the ghost will then leave a trail of where it goes. Oh, thank you, Princess. So it lasts only for 2 to 3 minutes after the ghost has walked through it, but it will leave a trail of exactly where the ghost is, so you won't have to find it. You will be able to find it just by chasing it. But again, they're tools that people don't use. This here, for argument's sake as well, the detector of cursed objects. Now, on a game with everything turned on, you can actually see this works the same as the detector for the ectoplasm. You switch between the mirror, the toy. Obviously, if you're doing the pentagram, it's going to show you the other 5 items of the pentagram as well. And it can also lead you to their location just by moving. You can see the location is counting down. It's obviously upstairs, probably in the bathroom upstairs. But these are just some of the machines that you can use. As we know, we've already explained the plasma absorber, the withering light, and of course, motion sensor. Other than that, they are the only other items in the game that people will use. But they're very, very expensive. I don't know if some of them even work properly. I think they're still early access games, so I think the devs are still working on them. But I do know that the motion camera, video sensor motion camera, if we activate it on here, so that's the one that's inside the house, that will move wherever the ghost is. So what we'll do, we can chuck a bit of light in there, and what we'll do is just show you how it actually works. So this will light up our house dramatically, which is what we want. So the ghost obviously hasn't walked through those steps yet because it's still there in that pile of goo. But the camera will move along with the ghost, and that's an easier way of capturing the ghost on video. These are little fun items to play with, but especially when you got your friends. But when you're in a solo game, you just want to get it done and get it out of the way. What I might do is entice a ghost to come and get me. So I'm just going to run upstairs, just grab the mirror. Hopefully it won't attack me, but because I've got no protection on. This wasn't even meant to be a game, just so I could show you how it all works. So the ghost is currently down in the basement. As I bring the ghost to me, you'll see that there you go. You see how everything moved? If we have a look, see how the camera's moving on its own? You can see the blue mist is now walking up the stairs. And that's how you determine, and that's how you use the blue mist. So as you can see, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, that is it for the tutorial for this round. What we'll do now is I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the ghost, and then we will end this one up. So let's go. We're going to go to the training base, and I'm just going to give you a quick look at every single ghost that is available in the game, just so you can see for yourselves what you're going to be dealing with. Okay, so we're going to the training base. Upstairs is everything you need to know about what sort of items and that the ghosts have. But here, what we're going to show you is exactly what the ghosts all look like. Spoilers ahead. If you do not want to watch this, I suggest you turn the stream off. But here we go. The Poltergeist. That's what he looks like. I've caught 7 of him. He's not very mean, but he's okay. The Gallows we've seen in the stream already, in the tutorial. Got 9 of him. You got the Child Ghost, which is a little kid straight out of the Doctor Who. Are you my mummy? We've got the Drowned Ghost. I very rarely see this ghost now. Since the new updates have come out, I've only encountered it maybe once, which is quite unfortunate because it is an actual good ghost. Obviously it's floating, so you can see it's not going to leave footprints. The Babadook, we all know, we saw in the last round. We've got the Kuchisak Onna. This is the Japanese schoolgirl. If you want to read the lore on them, the lore is here under Encyclopedia. So it tells you all the different ghosts. You can click on them and it gives you their entire backstory, but I'm not going to do that for this run. That's something you can look into when you're ready for it. And here we've got the Wendigo, which we've already encountered twice today. The Darkness we've encountered. The Nun. Yes, good looking people. We've got the Vampire. This one is by far probably one of the most aggressive ghosts there are in the game, in comparison to the Demon. Here we have the Iron Maiden. Now this ghost is considerably dangerous, considering she doesn't attack you like the normal ghosts do. What she does, she pulls you inside of her Iron Maiden, and then you see through her eyes. You see your silhouette, and you have to move your character away from her before she attacks you. Now when she go looking through her eyes, all your keys on your keyboard go back to front. So it's hard to do, but it's not impossible. It's not an aggressive ghost, this one, but just don't get caught by her. Obviously we've got the Ghoul. The Ghoul is a mimic. We only caught 20 of him. We've got Krampus, he's another mimic, along with the Babadook. Say hello, Krampus. Yeah. We've got the Demon. The Demon is, I would say, probably the second on the list in regards to how evil they are. Like, more times they attack you. You can almost guarantee that the ghost mood's going to be haunting for a demon. We've got the Jiangshi. He's not really aggressive, but he's a pain in the ass to try and find magic items in the house when he's a ghost. We've got the Puppet. To be honest, I've caught 40 of him. He's not aggressive, but not exactly the most satisfying ghost to try and chase either. We've got the Dream Devourer. Now this thing looks like it's part of the Demogorgon's family, I dare say. Look at the mouth. The mouth has a teeth on it, just opens up, you know. Okay, and that is our ghosts. So again, thank you all for watching the tutorial today, and I hope to see you a bit later tonight, where we will continue on with our stream for the insane levels. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day, and this is a Crypt Keeper saying goodbye for now.